Today, we take a look into the remarkable life of Baldwin IV of Jerusalem, a king whose reign was defined by both extraordinary resilience and an unlikely mastery of the tumultuous period in which he lived. Known as the Leper King, Baldwin IV's story is one of courage, determination, and strategic brilliance amidst immense personal suffering and political challenges. Baldwin IV was born in 1161 AD to Amalric I of Jerusalem and Agnes of Courtenay. As a child, he was tutored by the historian and archdeacon William of Tyre, who first noticed Baldwin's inability to feel pain in his right arm during a rough game with other boys. This early sign led to the diagnosis of leprosy, a disease that would profoundly shape his life and reign. Despite his illness, Baldwin received a rigorous education, preparing him for leadership. He was known for his intelligence and piety, qualities that would serve him well as king. His father, Amalric I, ensured that Baldwin was involved in state matters from a young age, grooming him for kingship. Baldwin's father, Amalric I, died in 1174 AD, and Baldwin IV ascended to the throne at the tender age of 13. Given his youth and health, a regency was established, led first by Miles of Plancy and then by Raymond III of Tripoli. Despite his physical limitations, Baldwin quickly demonstrated his capacity to rule. Baldwin IV's reign was marked by a series of significant military campaigns. In 1177, he faced the formidable Muslim leader Saladin, who sought to capture Jerusalem. Baldwin, despite his worsening condition, led his forces to a decisive victory at the Battle of Montgisard. His tactical acumen and bravery in this battle earned him great respect from his subjects and adversaries alike. In 1179, Baldwin faced another challenge at the Battle of Marj Ayoun, where the Crusaders and the Templars suffered a defeat at the hands of Saladin and his Saracen forces. Although the battle ended inconclusively, Baldwin's ability to be present at and often lead from the front, even as his leprosy progressed, inspired his troops. His strategy of utilizing the terrain and his knowledge of enemy tactics allowed him to fend off Saladin's forces effectively. In 1182, Baldwin once again confronted Saladin at the Battle of Belvoir Castle. Despite the harsh conditions and the grueling nature of the campaign, Baldwin's forces managed to repel Saladin's army, showcasing Baldwin's strategic brilliance and unwavering determination. Understanding the strategic importance of fortified cities, Baldwin IV invested heavily in strengthening Jerusalem's defenses. He oversaw the construction and reinforcement of key fortresses, including Kerak and Beth Gibelin. These fortifications not only provided refuge for his people but also served as crucial points of resistance against Saladin's advances. Baldwin's focus on fortifications was a testament to his foresight. He knew that while open battles were vital, the protection of key locations would ultimately determine the kingdom's survival. His efforts in fortifying cities created a network of strongholds that would challenge Saladin's ambitions. Baldwin IV's style of rule was characterized by a delicate balance of diplomacy and military might. He was known for his fairness and dedication to justice, often mediating disputes among his nobles. However, his reign was also marked by internal conflicts, particularly involving influential figures like Guy of Lusignan and Reynold of Chatillon. Guy of Lusignan, who married Baldwin's sister Sibylla, became a contentious figure. Baldwin initially supported Guy, appointing him as regent, but later grew wary of his ambition and perceived incompetence. Guy's impetuousness and lack of military skill created friction within the kingdom. In contrast, Reynold of Chatillon was a more complex ally, known for his audacious and often reckless actions, including his raids into Muslim territories, which frequently provoked Saladin. Reynold's boldness sometimes brought short-term gains, but often resulted in severe repercussions for the kingdom. Baldwin's relationship with Saladin was reportedly marked by mutual respect and intense rivalry. Despite their enmity, there were instances of chivalric conduct between them, such as Saladin supposedly sending his own physicians to treat Baldwin's leprosy, though there is no hard evidence to support this. This complicated relationship underscored the nuanced diplomacy of the time. As Baldwin IV's health declined, the stability of the kingdom wavered. He appointed his nephew, Baldwin V, as co-king to ensure a smooth succession. Despite his efforts, Baldwin IV's death in 1185 at the age of 24 left the kingdom in a precarious position. The succession crisis that followed Baldwin IV's death was marked by intense political maneuvering. Baldwin V's reign was short-lived, and his death in 1186 triggered a power struggle. Sibylla, Baldwin IV's sister, crowned herself queen and her husband Guy of Lusignan king, further polarizing the nobility. The internal strife weakened the Crusader states, and Saladin seized the opportunity. In 1187 he launched a major offensive, culminating in the Battle of Hatton. Guy of Lusignan, leading the Crusader forces, made critical tactical errors, leading to a disastrous defeat. The Crusaders were encircled and overwhelmed, and the True Cross, a revered Christian relic, was captured. The defeat at Hatton was catastrophic. The majority of the Crusader army was killed or captured, including Guy of Lusignan. Saladin capitalized on this victory, systematically capturing Crusader strongholds and ultimately besieging Jerusalem. Despite a valiant defense, the city fell to Saladin in October 1187. The loss of Jerusalem was a monumental blow to Christendom. Many of the French nobles who had supported Baldwin IV and the Crusader cause perished in the battles leading up to and including Hatton. The fall of the city sparked the call for the Third Crusade, led by European monarchs eager to reclaim the Holy City. In conclusion, Baldwin IV of Jerusalem's life was a remarkable blend of triumph and tragedy. His ability to lead and inspire, despite immense personal suffering, makes him one of history's most compelling figures. His military campaigns, noble and pious rule, and complex relationships with key contemporary figures defined his reign and left an eternal mark in history. Baldwin IV's legacy is a poignant reminder of the human spirit's capacity to endure and prevail against all odds. His death, and the subsequent loss of Jerusalem, underscored the importance of his presence and rule, and the fragility of political and military power in the face of internal discord and external threats. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the life of Baldwin IV, a name that shall never be forgotten.